We are back at Conklin, and we're ready for game two. Oakland City run ruling the first game 12-1. On the bump for Oakland City University will be senior Landon Ray, as it will be Ty Scott, the left fielder, Christian Garcia, the right fielder, and Eric Odell, the first baseman. And we are underway. Thanks for joining us. Walt River producer, director David Host. And is fouled out of play, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. We look at Landon Ray. He is 5-1 with a 2.96 ERA, 13th appearance, 13 starts, 54 2/3 innings, 48 hits, 24 runs, 18 earned. Struck out 59, walked 20, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, a .234 batting average against with 8 wild pitches and 9 hit batters. Rustigate swing, strike 3, and that is all for Scott. First out of the ball game and the first strikeout for Ray. As one out here in the top half of the first. Christian Garina up now, 273. As he has 27 hits, 99 at bats, 19 runs scored, 3 homers, 23 runs batted in. And that is fouled out of play. Christian Garina, a sophomore out of LaBelle, Florida. One out here in the top half of inning number 1. Wide in the pitch. Did he go after that one? Yes, he did. That is a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Garina. Odell, the first baseman, on deck. Misses low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. First game of pitchers duel until Oakland City broke it open. That's hit to Arocho. Feels off balance. Throw to first base in time. 5-3 on the out. Arocho to Winsenreed, and there's 2 gone on the Kentucky Christian first inning. That's going to bring up Eric Odell to the plate, a freshman out of Brooksville, Florida. Right-handed batter. Fouls it off, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Eric Odell at 273, 22 hits, make it 30 hits, 110 at bats, 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. Scored 22 times, and he's hit by a pitch on that one. So a 2-out hit batter. And the Knights have their first base runner of the ball game. Caleb Atafua, the next hitter for the Knights. 2 gone, 1 on. Ray, the stretch of the pitch, and that's high. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count. That's a strike. Landon Ray, a right-handed pitcher out of Lawrenceville, Illinois, coming from Alney Central College. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 to count. Fights that off. That's it to Gonzalez. Throws it to Winsenreed. 4-3 on the out, and that's the inning. For the Knights of the top half of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left, 1 half inning played. Here at Conkler with the score, Kentucky Christian 0 and Oakland City coming to bat. You're watching Oakland City University Baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com. We are back and heading into the home half of inning number 1. Isaac Bellamy is on the bump for Kentucky Christian. He is a right-handed pitcher, a sophomore out of Jackson, Kentucky, and Breathitt County High School. As Bellamy on the bump, he is 3-2 with a 3.11 ERA, 11th appearance. This is his 9th start. He has a save, 46 in the third innings, 34 hits, 25 runs, 16 earned, a struck out 43, walked 15, 6 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, 175 at bats. Opposition hitting 194 against him, 1 wild pitch, and 6 hit batters. That is a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes to Simon Gaines, the sophomore shortstop from Orleans, Indiana. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Gaines. Right down Lucretia for a strike there. Game 1, Simon walked in the first, flew out to left field in the third, flew out to center field in the fifth, walked in the sixth, and hit a 2-run homer to end the ball game in the home half of the 8th. That is a ball, and it is 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 the count. That's ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the Oaks. The walks are what killed the Knights in game 1. 10 walks by Knights pitching ended up being a lot of fodder in the 12-1 Oakland City win as Marcus Arocho, my buddy, the junior out of Arecibo, Puerto Rico, saying hello to his pop of our normal watchers. And he's done a tremendous job at third, and that is right down Lucretia for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Arocho at .312, 6 homers, 42 runs batted in. First baseman Gaines. Yeah, he's the leadoff batter, and yes, he has good speed. Simon, 5 of 6 stolen bases. That's a strike. Oakland City, 2 of 2. They're now 57 of 67 stolen bases for the year.
That was a strikeout.
That is Arocho striking out. The first strikeout of the ball game is Winsenreed, the first baseman. One of our 13 seniors will step in. going to second base. And in at second base is Simon Gaines.
I think it's 1-0.
1 ball, no strikes, the count. As Gaines is at second base. He's now 6 of 7 stolen bases on the year. So a base hit could plate the first run of the ball game. That's high. This is an important game for both these teams. Kentucky Christian fighting to make that 6-team tournament next week in Chillicothe. The Oaks still have an outside chance for a number 1 seed, but they would have to have some help from IU Southeast. That's high. IU Southeast playing a series with IU Kokomo Saturday and Sunday. Wins and Reed at 325, 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. That's high and tight. It's ball 4. And that's a walk. So a hit batter and a walk for the Oaks here. Nas Bergen. Nas has a smile on his face all the time. He is a great young man. I know his folks are regular watchers, and he has just been nails for our Oaks team this year. And that is hit hard. He did hit a home, was one of the many Oaks that hit a home run in the first game. That was his 16th home run of the year. And that is a school record for single season home runs. Hoffman hit a home run in the 3rd inning. It was a grand slam by Humphrey in the 6th. A home run by Nas in the 7th and a home run by Gonzalez in the 7th. And a 2-run homer to end the ball game by Simon Gaines. I think that is 5, if I have my math right, 5 home runs for the Oaks in game 1. The 16 taters on the year. That's high and outside. 1 ball, I would be surprised. River State's conference teams have pretty much stopped pitching to Naz. Because if you hit one in his wheelhouse, it's going to go a long, long way. Fouled out of play, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nas at 303. 16 home runs, 45 runs batted in. 44 hits, 145 at bats, 28 runs scored. That is inside. Evens the count at 2-2. Eric Correa on deck for the Oaks. So the day started, Oakland City had a 305 team batting average. At the strike. And that is strike 3 of the second strikeout of the ball game for Bellamy. So 2 gone. Eric Correa steps in now for Oakland City. 333, 7 homers, 42 runs batted in. He is a left-handed hitter. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Both of them have been strikeouts. And he's hit by the pitch. So we have had a walk and 2 hit batters here in the first. That brings Ollie to the plate. Oliver Hamilton. Correa is at first. Wins and Reed at second. Simon Gaines is at third. And Oliver Hamilton, the catcher out of right here in Oakland City, Indiana, coming in. Going to run it. Graduation going to run his own business. And I've jumped in to be a client. I think he's going to do very, very well. That's outside. Now, I got a feeling he's going to be as handy at his handyman service as he has been for the Oaks the last 4 years. Plays high school baseball at Gibson Southern. That's way foul. Baseball's probably flat on one side when they find it, though. That's over in the direction of my car. I didn't think one could get that far. Okay, well, that's good. I was doing Bombers baseball. I got hit twice in the same game. I now do not park close to the field. That's in tight. You know, my back windshield of my car was all the way knocked out. And they actually took the baseballs from the back seat. At least I could have got a souvenir out of the deal. That's high. Three balls and one strike to Oliver Hamilton. Well, bases are full. That's hit in the infield. And the shortstop, Elliott, comes in and makes the play as the Oaks threaten but don't score. They left the bases loaded but don't score in the first. We played one inning with the score Oakland City University nothing and Kentucky Christian nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg on GoMightyOaks.com. Back at Conkler, top of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 for the Knights. It'll be Harrison Simpson, the center fielder, Jared McLaughlin, the third baseman, and James Elliott, the shortstop, to face the offerings of Landon Ray. Had a pretty good start. He's been kind of the stopper and the number one guy in this Oaks pitching staff that's been pretty doggone solid this year. Harrison Simpson will step in now. Glad you're along with us for game two. Will be a game sometime tomorrow. We just don't know when yet. Pitch from Ray. Strike on the outside corner. That was a nice looking pitch. Simpson at .312, 7 homers and 25 runs batted in. That is a strike. Simpson, a sophomore, 5 feet 10 inches tall, from Lexington, Kentucky, and Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now, as that's a little outside. Wide the pitch. That is low. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a Rusty Gate swing, strike 3. That's a second strikeout for the Oakland City University pitcher, Ray. That's going to bring McLaughlin to the plate, the third baseman. McLaughlin, a sophomore, right-handed hitter out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Just misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. McLaughlin, 359 with a homer, 24 runs batted in, as that is foul. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. In tight, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. This is the time of the day, always somewhere in the 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Hour, where the wind stops totally. 3-1, 3 balls and 1 strike. My wife Melanie can set her watch by it when we're sitting on the porch and the wind stops. And that hits him, so it's a 1-out hit by pitch. McLaughlin is on at first base. Ray with a hit batter. That is Ray's 10th hit batter of the year. James Elliott, the shortstop, up. No score yet. We're in the top half of the second in game 2. Oakland City won the first one 12-1 in 8. It was a run rule game. Curveball swung through, no balls and 1 strike. No score here in the top half of the second. Elliott, a freshman from Delray Beach, Florida. Swing and a miss. Runner to second. I think they got him. Dickey Gonzalez. The throw was a little higher from Hamilton, but Gonzalez high in the air and did a 180 back tag for the out. So McLaughlin is out 2-4. And that is the second out here in the second inning, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Elliott. That's going to miss and put the count at 2-2. Because it went from being nice and breezy to the bottom dropped out. It's hot and humid. That's low and outside. But the bases are clear with McLaughlin being thrown out. Oliver Hamilton has been a stud behind the plate in his ability to throw runners out his entire career, but capping it off with this, his senior campaign. Curveball swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts for Ray in the inning, and it ends up with the runner thrown up, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 1.5 played here at Conkler in game 2. With the score, Oakland City University 0 and Kentucky Christian 0. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com and the Go Mighty Oaks. Back at Conkler, 7, 8, and 9 for the Mighty Oaks here in the home half of the second, as it's Dickey Gonzalez, the second baseman, Charlie Hoffman, the designated hitter, and Bryce Humphrey, the left fielder. Through the first inning, Bellamy, 1 inning, 24 pitches, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 batters faced. But the hit batters and the walks did leave the bases loaded as the Oaks stranded the bases loaded in the bottom half of the first. Good, my buddy Colin Dixon, and our former member of our sports information staff is at his hit to left field. That is going to be out number 1, hit to center field. And Harrison Simpson, who's a good center fielder, made the play. Charlie Hoffman steps in. Anyway, Colin Dixon in. And I want to congratulate him for being the River State Conference Tennis Coach of the Year this year. As that is a strike, 0-1. I think they're going to end up naming that the Colin Dixon Trophy. At the strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Charlie got the Oaks on the board with a home run in the third in the first game. Hits out in warning track power to left field as the left fielder Ty Scott will catch that one for out number 2. Scott was the right fielder in game 1. And moving into his right field spot, Christian Garcia. So 2 up, 2 down in the Oakland City second inning as Bryce Humphrey will step in. Blowing outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Wide and the pitch. That's hit into center field. And coming in, that's Harrison Simpson, who doesn't mess up. Gets 2 putouts in the inning. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. 2 complete with the score Oakland City University nothing and Kentucky Christian nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball. Brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg. GoMightyOaks.com.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.
We're back as we're heading into the top half of the third, of course, in River State Conference doubleheaders. It is 9 innings for the first game and 7 for the second inning, and we're already here into inning number 3 as it's 8, 9, and 1 as Bevan, the catcher, will step in. Aiden Bevan, a senior out of Grand Junction, Colorado. That's swung on, and that is a strike. Bevan, Garcia, and Ty Scott. And that's a strike. It's 0-2. Landon Ray, 2 innings, 31 pitches, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and 7 batters faced. That's high and inside. And the turf. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bevan. Ray, the wide, the pitch, swing, at a Rusty Gate swing, and I think he just got a piece of that one. So it stays at 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That is ball 4, so a leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning. 1 on, nobody out. Number 9 spot, it's Chris Garcia, the second baseman. Garcia, a senior out of Houston, Texas. Nobody out. So the Knights start off the top half of the 3rd and getting their leadoff guy on. 2 hit batters and a walk now by Ray, and 2 innings plus. Squares around a butt. Hamilton goes out and gets one that's out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. That is low and outside. The stretch by Ray, and the pitch. As Arocho caught that, didn't he? Wow. That was a heck of a play by Marcus Arocho, the third baseman. He was out there in foul territory, deep in left. That's the first out of the 3rd inning, and that goes back up to the top of the order and Ty Scott, who struck out on the 1st. So 1 on, 1 out. Bevan has to remain at first base. That's hit to Arocho, and they get the lead runner. That's a fielder's choice, 5-4. Rocho, good backhand, throwing it to Dickey Gonzalez for the out. That'll punch Bevan out, going to 3rd. And that's going to bring up Christian Guerrero, the right fielder. Bounced out Arocho to Winsenreed, 3rd to 1st in the 1st. So 2 gone, 1 on, and the top half of the 3rd. Curveball misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch by Ray. Here comes the pitch. Runner goes as Ollie goes to throw it, and it wasn't there. So taking second base will be Scott. He's in scoring position with 2 outs. Another stolen base for Kentucky Christian. Three balls and no strikes, the count. Guerrero 273. 3-1 now the count. The pitch. That's a strike. Ty Scott, that was his 30th stolen base of the year. And you can see the way he ran. There's a reason he's got as many stolen bases as he does. That's ball 4. Coretta walks. Second walk of the inning for Ray. That'll bring up Eric Odell, who was hit by a pitch of the first. That is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Strike on the outside corner as Ray takes a little something off that one. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Odell at 273 with 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. That's a foul ball. One and two the count. Couple of base runners on. Ray trying to get out of trouble here in the top half of the third. Number 3 hitter Eric Odell. And that is out of the box to throw to first. Good job by Ray getting off the bump there. 1-3 on the out to Winsenreed. Knights threaten and don't score. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left. We have played 2.5 here in game 2 with the score. Oakland City University nothing and Kentucky Christian nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com and the We're back at Conkler, and we're heading into the home half of the third for Oakland City. The top part of the order coming up. It'll be Simon Gaines, the shortstop, Marcus Arocho, the third baseman, and Jake Winsenreed, the first baseman. Bellamy, the pitcher for Kentucky Christian. That is inside. It's 1 ball, no strike. Simon was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Stole second, made it to third. It's as far as an Oak has been. That is hit fair. And Simon is heading towards second base. He'll have a double. As Ty Scott gets that back up and in with a leadoff double. The Oaks are threatening here with the bottom half of the third. Marcus Arocho steps in.
We have a hit.
He struck out of the first and is up here in the third, the junior out of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Tries to square around and bunt. That is a strike on one outside of the zone. Base hit here could put the Oaks in the lead in game 2. Hits the ball into center field. And Harrison Simpson just doesn't make any mistakes out there. That's the first out of the inning. As Orocho is gone, and Jake Winsenreed will step up. He walked in the first. Oaks left the bases loaded in the first when the inning ended. Correa was at first, Winsenreed at second, and Simon Gaines at third. One out here with the third with Winsenreed at the plate. Foul that one off, and it's no balls and one strike. 325 with 5 homers and 23 runs batted in. Hit in the air into fair territory down the first base line. First baseman Odell makes the play, and there's 2 outs of the Oakland City third inning. Well, that leads it up to Naz. Hit his 16th home run of the year in game number 1 in the 7th inning. He has the single-season home run lead for Oakland City University now. He's on base 2 of 4 times in game 1. Struck out in inning number 1 here in game 2. That is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Young man out of Curacao. Fouls that one off. Has played a really good center field. Good hitter, good fielder, got good speed. You look at him, he's got all the material, all the tools. Playing him straight away and deep. Fouled off, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oaks in a battle with Indiana University Southeast for that 1 seed right now. IUS in the driver's seat. But if Oakland City could end up with sweeping Kentucky Christian in 3, I'd give them a shot for the number 1 seed. That's outside, but Kentucky Christian, they're not too shabby themselves. They're having a good year, 22-20 overall. They are 10-12 in the River States Conference. Trying to get in the 16 field that starts next Thursday in Chillicothe, Ohio. That's outside. Naz is one of those guys that you're not going to give him anything good to hit. It's probably not a bad idea to walk him rather than to give him a cookie or one that he can drive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And is hit into foul territory. And it's out of play for a strike, and it stays at 3-2. Anything to the left side there, David, is my eyes. Two outs with Simon Gaines at second base. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the inning. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Bellamy. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left. We have played 3 complete in game 2. With the score, Oakland City University 0 and Kentucky Christian 0. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown, Huntingburg. Go Mighty Oaks. back at Conkler. Landon Ray's having a Landon Ray kind of ball game. 3 innings, 52 pitches, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 12 batters faced. 4, 5, and 6 for Kentucky Christian. Caleb Adafua is at the plate. He's 0 for 1 in the game. That's fouled out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Adafua, the designated hitter. That just misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adafua, a sophomore from Long Beach, California. Off-speed pitch is going to drop into right field for a base hit. Little Texas leaguer there, but it is a base hit, and that is the first base hit of the ball game for Kentucky Christian. Simpson, really outstanding defensive center fielder, steps in, struck out on the second.
Sorry, one hit for them.
And the turf, Ali gets in front of it and stops it well. Here's the stretch, and the pitch by Ray squares around a bunt, and it is going to roll foul. Orocho smartly letting that one go foul. Harrison Simpson, 312 with 7 homers and 25 runs, batted in. Sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, in Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School. 1 on, nobody out. Scoreless tie here in the 4th. That's outside. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That's hit to Simon Gaines and throws to first. I think everybody's safe. Gaines trying to go for the double play, and instead you've got Simpson at first base. Adafua is at second base. There's nobody out, so a threat by the Knights here in the top half of the 4th. Jaron McLaughlin, the third baseman who was hit by a pitch in the second inning, steps up, nobody out. This is, David and I were talking between games. This has been a weird day as far as hitting. That's low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes to McLaughlin. Once again hit by a pitch in the second. .359 with a homer and 24 runs batted in for McLaughlin. And that is low, and it's 2-0. McLaughlin, a sophomore out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And that is foul down the third base line. 2 balls and a strike. Shortstop James Elliott up next. That is a nice strike at the knees. 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ray trying to work out a difficulty here in the top half of the fourth. Blowing outside. Runners take their leads. Pitch by Ray. And that is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Third walk of the ball game for Ray. McLaughlin at first base. Simpson is at second base. Adafua is at third base. And the shortstop, James Elliott, who struck out on the second, is in. Okay, we have a pinch hitter, it looks like, if 21 is at the plate. That is Caden Skelton. Skelton fouls that one out of play. Skelton played in game 1. He was the left fielder in game 1. So that's a strike. The Knights trying to get a little jump start here and get the lead. Skelton at the plate. Swing and a miss. And a big out there from Ray. 4th strikeout of the ball game for Landon Ray. That's going to bring up Bevan, the catcher, who walked in the 3rd inning, up in the 4th. So bases are full with 1 out. Number 8 hitter Bevan at the plate. That is hit. And Hamilton makes the play behind home plate. Not an easy play for Oliver. And 2 outs, and Bobby Diggy's Landon Ray is within 1 out and getting out of trouble. As we got Garcia, the number 9 hitter, coming up for Kentucky Christian. Garcia fouled out to Orocho in the 3rd and up here again in the 4th. Strike on the inside corner. They had Atafua with a base hit. Simpson looked like he was hitting into a double play. And an error at shortstop caused him to be on. McLaughlin walked. That is hit into left field. Humphrey at the fence makes the play. And it was bases loaded and nobody out. And Landon Ray gets himself out of trouble in the top half of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 Oakland City error, and 3 left on base. 3.5 played here at Conkler with the score: Oakland City University 0, Kentucky Christian 0. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill and GoMightyOaks.com and the Go
window between rain. I have no time. Back.
We are back. Correa will start things off for the Oaks here in the home half of the fourth. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. No runs, one hit, one error for Oakland City. No runs, one hit, no errors for Kentucky Christian. Oakland City won the first game 12-1 in 8. That is low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Once again, Eric hit by a pitch in the first inning. And that is into left field, and that's a base hit for Correa. So they lead off the fourth inning with a base hit. Ollie Hamilton is up now. He is the catcher, and he's 0 for 1 on the ball game. The senior from Oakland City, Indiana. 1 on, nobody out in the fourth, and each team only has, well, Oakland City has 2 hits now with that hit by Correa. Gaines had a hit in the third, but they could not get him in. Correa goes to second, and he is a base-stealing machine, and he steals another base. He stole a base in the first game. He is now with the second stolen base of the day. He's 15 of 15 stolen bases, so a base hit by Ollie could put the Oaks on the board first here in the home half of the fourth. Correa does, they got some versatility to this Oakland City lineup. The curveball is swung on and missed for a strike. Dickie Gonzalez is on deck. Oliver Hamilton hitting at .268. 6 homers, 34 runs batted in. That's high and tight. 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's inside, 3-1. A wide one would put him on first and second. 2 walks already for Bellamy. Knights had 10 walks in the first game. And he hits that one off his foot. That's going to be called a foul ball. No, it's an out. Yeah, it just doesn't seem right to hit yourself on the foot that hard and have it be an out.
He hit himself with his bat.
Well, it is a foul ball.
No, he's out. Dickie's up.
And the wind and the pitch. That's Dickie Gonzalez at the plate now. And that is ends up being a foul ball.
Now batting number 49, Dickie Gonzalez.
Gonzalez 0 for 1, flew out to center field in the second. Once again, a base hit could put him on the board. Both teams have threatened but have not been able to get across. That's hit into foul territory. And this time Odell makes the play. So 2 gone. Well, in the first inning, Oakland City had the bases loaded. Gaines was hit by a pitch. Wins and Reed walked. And Correa was hit by a pitch, but they couldn't get anybody across. And in the third inning, Simon Gaines doubled. But then the next 2 batters made out. So we had a fly out to center, a fly out to first, and a strikeout. Had Correa start the fourth with a base hit. That's hit to second, will probably end the inning. And it is Garcia to Odell. And Correa is stranded in the fourth. No runs, a hit, no error, one left. 4 complete in game 2 with the score. Oakland City University, nothing. And Kentucky Christian, nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball. Brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.
We're back at Conkler as we're going into inning number 5. Landon Ray still on the bump. And it's the top of the order for the Knights as Ty Scott, the left fielder, will step in. Landon Ray had the bases loaded, nobody out in the 4th, and got out of trouble. 4 innings, 71 pitches, 1 hit, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 18 batters faced. The first pitch to Scott is a strike. Ty Scott struck out of the 1st and reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. That is fouled off the screen. And it's 2 strikes to Scott. Line score, Oakland City, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. That's hit into shallow right. Dickey Gonzalez makes the play. And that's 1 out here in the top half of the 5th. Once again, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Oakland City. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Kentucky Christian. Garena is up next, the right fielder. Bounced out Arocho to Winsenreed, 3rd to 1st in the 1st, and walked in the 3rd. That is a strike to Garena. No balls and 1 strike. That is hit into left field. Caught by the left fielder, Bryce Humphrey, and there's 2 outs in the top half of the 5th. So 2 up, 2 down. Eric Odell, the first baseman, was hit by a pitch in the 1st, bounced out. Ray to Winsenreed, pitcher to 1st in the 3rd. So 2 up and 2 down here in the top half of the 5th. That's a curveball for a strike. Foul tip, a strike. 2 gone, no balls and 2 strikes to Eric Odell. Fouled out of play. That is hit into left field, and that's a base hit. So Odell is on with a 2-out base hit. And Atafui will step in. He's 1 for 2. Bounced out Dickey Gonzalez to Winsenreed, 2nd to 1st in the 1st. Got a base hit in the 4th. Off-speed pitch just misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Atafua, the 6'2 sophomore out of Long Beach, California, and Channel View High School. Odell at first base. Second hit, by the way, that last one in the ball game is curveball. Is swung on and missed by Atafua. And it's 1-2. So each team with 2 hits now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And a very good inning by Landon Ray in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no error, 1 left. 4.5 played in game 2 with Oakland City University nothing, Kentucky Christian nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill and GoMightyOaks.com. We're back at Conkler going into the home half of the 5th and a pitcher's duel. Bryce Humphrey, the number 9 hitter and left fielder, will step in. He'll be followed by Simon Gaines, the shortstop, and Marcus Arocho, the third baseman. Bellamy for the Knights has pitched a heck of a ball game. That's a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. Bellamy, 4 innings, 53 pitches. That's a strike. 2 hits, no runs. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 17 batters faced. Oaks left the bases loaded in the 1st. Gaines doubled, that's high, in the 3rd. Could not get him in. And Correa reached base, but they couldn't move him around in the 4th. Fouled out of play. Each team with 2 hits. And wide to the pitch by Bellamy. Strike 3, and they're going to have to throw him out, and they will. So 1 gone in the 5th. Back up to the top of the order, and Simon Gaines. Simon has been on both times, was hit by a pitch in the 1st, ended up at 3rd. They couldn't get him home, and doubled in the 3rd, and they couldn't get him in there, so he's been as close as anybody to scoring in the ball game. Curveball is a strike, no balls and 1 strike to Simon. The sophomore from Orleans, Indiana. Curveball, that's fouled, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Gaines at .321 with 6 homers and 33 runs batted in. It's inside, misses 1-2. Marcus Arocho on deck. Height is high, and it evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Love Southern Indiana springtime. We got air you can wear here tonight. Hit to third. Good field turf bounce. McLaughlin throws that to Odell. 5-3 as Gaines is retired. That'll bring up Marcus Arocho. Arocho struck out of the first, flew out to center field in the third.
Third baseman, number 1, Marcos Arocho.
Marcus does have some punch in his bat. Junior out of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. That's going to miss. 1 ball and no strikes. 6 homers for Marcos this year, 42 runs batted in. Blow it outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Wins and Reed on deck. Oakland City 36-11. They're 19-6 in the River States Conference, and that is hit in the infield. Second baseman Garcia makes the play, and that's all for the Oaks as they go down 1-2-3 in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played 5 in game 2 with the score Oakland City University nothing, Kentucky Christian nothing. You're watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza Grill and GoMightyOaks.com. The Go Mighty. Back at Conkler, heading to the 6th inning. As it's a heck of a ball game. No score. Landon Ray still on the bump, but DeGracia is warming up on the Oakland City University bullpen. I would say DeGracia is the highest leverage reliever that Oakland City has. Landon Ray, 5 innings, 84 pitches, 2 hits, no runs. 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. As Simpson, 1 for 2, is up for the Knights of Kentucky Christian. 1 ball and no strikes. Rustigate swing, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike. Simpson struck out on the second, a base hit. Stole a base in the 4th. Hit to Simon Gaines at short. Fields and fires to Wins and Reed. 6-3 on the out. 1 out in the 6th inning for Kentucky Christian. McLaughlin has been on both times. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. Each team with 2 hits. That is a fair ball down the left field line. McLaughlin heads to second base, and he's in there with a double. A 1 out runner in scoring position for the Knights. Elliott will step in now. He is the shortstop. 1 plate appearance, struck out of the 2nd, was hit for in his last at bat. And that misses low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Looks like there's going to be a runner at second base. It is 5. Eli Winstead. Winstead running for McLaughlin as the Knights trying to scratch across the run here in the top half of the 6th. 1 on, 1 out. This may be the biggest batter that Ray has faced in this contest. That is fouled, out of play. Elliott, the shortstop. A freshman out of Delray Beach, Florida. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count now.
They have 3 hits.
Good stop by Ollie behind home plate. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big out here if Ray can get it. 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a wild pitch that allows Winstead to get to third base. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count. For the first run of the ball game, Winstead running for McLaughlin is now at third base. Tell you what, Ray has pitched his heart out tonight and all season long. Young man, the senior out of Lawrenceville, Illinois. That's a strikeout. It's a big strikeout. Number 6 for Ray. And that's going to leave it up to Bevan. So both teams have stranded runners in scoring position. It's got to be extremely frustrating for both. That's a strike. Bevan walked in the 3rd, fouled out to Oliver Hamilton, the catcher, in the 4th. Ray, the wide, the pitch. That's, man, you can't get much better than that. Bust him on the inside part of the plate, and it's 0-2 to Bevan. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th. That's hit to Dickey. Gonzalez throws to Winsenreed, and the inning is over as the runner is stranded at third base. No runs, a hit, no error, 1 left. We have played 5.5 here in game 2. With the score, Oakland City University 0 and Kentucky Christian 0. You're watching Oakland City University baseball on GoMightyOaks.com.
but he's only thrown 66 pitches. It's not like I know. Yeah. You're back.
We're back. Bellamy has been extremely efficient here tonight. 6 innings, but only 66 pitches. 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 20 batters faced. Oakland City won the first game 12-1, a run rule game in 8 innings. Winzenreed walked in the first, popped out to the first baseman in the third. Bellamy the wide of the pitch. That's a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. But Isaac Bellamy and Ray for Oakland City has pitched well, but that one going as high as it is, we're having a walk and a mound visit. Jason Stowers, the coach for Kentucky Christian. Justin Siegel and Joe Elam are the assistants. And it looks like we do have a new pitcher coming into the contest for the Knights. And I need him to get his glove off his jersey so I can see his number. $39 is Isaiah Emmons. Isaiah Emmons, the new pitcher for Kentucky Christian. Bellamy, 6 innings, 66 pitches, 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 20 batters faced. The new pitcher is Emmons. He is 2-0 with a 2.51 ERA. His 13th appearance, he has 2 saves, 14 in the third innings, 15 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned. Good strikeout to walk. He struck out 11, walked 3, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, 55 at-bats. The opponents hitting .273 against him. He has balked twice. Emmons, the new pitcher. He is a senior out of Lexington, Kentucky. And we are in the 6th inning. And it is a 1 ball, no strike count to Winzenreed. So the way this goes, this will, with it 1-0, this would be Emmons' batter, wouldn't it? 1 ball, no strikes. Now, this is one that both these teams need. I'm going to be honest about it. Of the two, Kentucky Christian probably needs it a little more than Oakland City, but Oakland City still has a shot at the number 1 seed. IU Southeast has an advantage there, but it would take Oakland City sweeping Kentucky Christian and Kokomo taking 2 out of 3 from IUS, which is, that's a possibility. Anything can happen. But Winzenreed is back in. That's a strike. Man, he ain't going to bowl you over with his velocity, but you can't place it any better than Emmons placed it right there. That is a strike and evens the count at 1-1. That just misses. This guy would, in my playing days as it was, this guy would make me crazy. Because I would go, we can hit this dude. That's a 5.5 hole base hit. We can hit this dude, but I would end up walking back to the bench. As Winzenreed is on with a leadoff hitter here on the home half of the 6th. That's going to bring Nas to the plate. Nas Bergen hit his 16th home run of the year in Game 1. He set the all-time single-season home run record with that one. And I don't have a problem if he breaks it again right here. Bergen out of Curacao. All right.
Still wins and read. Two's running.
Got a pinch runner for Oakland City. Clark Grease is running at first base. Young man.
Number 2, Clark Grease.
Grease out of Evansville Memorial. Truly a gold standard program across the country. And Grease is fast. That is a throw over to first base. Emmons, the second pitcher of the ball game for Kentucky Christian. That just misses. One thing for sure, this dude is a pitcher. Goes inside out, and you got to wait for it. And that's into shallow right field. And that's going to end up being out number 1. One gone.
Now batting.
Eric Correa. This guy's going to be hard to pull. You're going to have to be very patient and maybe go the other direction. Correa was hit by a pitch in the first and got a base hit in the fourth. Fouled off, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Correa on 3 of 4 times in the first game. That throw back over to first. Grease at first base. Here's the stretch. Throw back over to first, and that came fairly close to getting away from the first baseman, Odell. Grease 2 of 2 stolen bases on the year. And yeah, he's a speed burner. Remember him from his high school days. In the turf, Grease on the move. Throw into second. He gets in there. 3 for 3 stolen bases now for Grease. So a base hit by Correa could put the Oaks up and score the first run of the ball game here in the home half of the 6th. The Oaks looking to scratch one out.
Stolen base. Stolen base.
Stolen base. I don't know, that's stolen base.
And Conference on the bump right now. Aladich, get him on, get him over, and get him in. So Grease at second base. Correa, 333 with 7 home runs and 42 runs batted in. Last game we had 1 base hit that wasn't a homer, wasn't it? I think that was over the fence too. That was a double, ground rule double. It's been a weird day of baseball. and is fouled off. I think that may have been the fastest pitch I've seen from Emmons so far. Grease takes his lead from second base. The left-handed hitter Correa at the plate. Steps off. I think Emmons does everything in his power. Matter of fact, I know it. To keep you off balance. Emmons at the letters. That is hit into right. That's hit to the fence and caught by the right fielder Garcia, but that's going to get Grease to third.
Now batting, number 23, Oliver.
We're going to leave it up to Oliver Hamilton. And he's one of those fellas you want to have up in this situation. 0 for 2. Senior out of Oakland City, Indiana. 268 for the year. One of the 13 seniors honored here tonight. God, that crawls up there. That's a strike. If you get a guy that throws BBs before them and you see Emmons, it would make you nuts. Emmons the stretch. That is hit into left.
He never saw it.
And he didn't see it.
Nope.
And it's going to end up being a double in a 1-0 ball game. Ollie Hamilton just came up big as he always does. Ty Scott, the left fielder, looked and looked and looked, and he lost it. And it's a double. Grease scores,
Now batting, number 3,
and it is 1-0. It's Dickey Gonzalez.
Correct.
Dickey Gonzalez working an 0 for 2 game, and they're going to try to get a crooked number here in the 6th. That is a little bit high, 1 ball and no strikes. Ray has gone the distance for Oakland City. That's a wild pitch, and you're going to have Hamilton tool it on into third base.
It's Satterfield running.
Is that Satterfield? Thank you. Satterfield running for Hamilton. If I'm guessing, I would guess DeGracia probably in the 9th for the Mighty Oaks.
running for the Mighty Oaks, number 20, Alex Satterfield.
So Satterfield at third base. Gonzalez ahead of the count, 2 balls and no strikes. One of the 13 seniors being honored. Plays a great second base. He heck of a pitcher in relief too. 2-0. Strike on the outside corner. And there's obviously going to be at least the top of the 7th. But you knew it was going to be, the way this game was gone, it was going to be something funky, something weird. And you feel bad for Scott, the left fielder, for Kentucky Christian. That's hit to short. And that is 6-3 on the out. Elliott to Odell. But a weird run in the bottom of the 6th. And after 6 complete, it is Oakland City University 1, Kentucky Christian 0. You are watching Oakland City University baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza Grill in Uptown Huntingburg, GoMightyOaks.com, and the Go Mighty. and let there be light, and there was. As we're heading into the seventh, the second game of a River State Conference doubleheader is always a 7-inning contest. So if the Oaks can get Kentucky Christian out without scoring, they'll win and sweep both sides of the doubleheader.
DeGracia pitching.
For Oakland City University, is that it looks like Santiago again. I got to take a look at the double check on the numbers, but a relief pitcher is in. Okay, that is DeGracia. DeGracia, the high leverage guy you want to have here, 4-1. Manny DeGracia, 4-1, a 2.29 ERA, 14th appearance, 19 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, struck out 35, walked 13. On double, no triple, 2 homers, a 154 batting average against. As that is a little bit high. And that is, turn around, dude. That is 1. Chris Garcia, the second baseman. Ball gets out of the Kentucky Christian bullpen. Nobody out. It's 9-1-2 for Kentucky Christian in the top half of the seventh. That is hit into foul territory. That is out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Nobody out in the seventh. Oakland City, 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error. Kentucky Christian, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Landon Ray went 8 innings. Pitched a heck of a ball, but 6 innings. Pitched a heck of a ball game. That's low and outside. The final numbers on Ray: 6 innings, 97 pitches, 3 hits, no runs, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 26 batters faced. He would be on the line to be the winning pitcher, and that would make him 6-1 on the year. But a 6-hit shutout. De Garcia will do something you don't want to do, and that's walk the number 9 guy. A leadoff walk. First walk for DeGracia. Ty Scott, 0 for 3 on the game. Struck out on the first, fielder's choice in the third. Popped out to Gonzalez at second base in the 5th. Looks like the runner for Garcia. See if I can catch the number.
I don't know. You're in my way. I can't see it. No clue.
And we'll try to catch the number of the runner, and that is hit in the air. Foul territory. Who got that? DeGracia got the ball as he crossed with Winsenreed. And that is out number 1. What a play by the pitcher. That's called fielding your position. 1 on, 1 out. Garena is the scheduled hitter for Kentucky Christian. 15? 16 is the hitter, the runner rather. That swung on and missed. That is Tate Scott. Tate Scott is running at second base for Garcia. Tate Scott is running at. That is hit to third. Orocho to second for 1 to first.
Is that ball going to third baseman?
And is it a double play? And I think they're making sure. They said it pulled him off the bag. So it is a fielder's choice 5-4 that gets Tate Scott out. So you have Garena at first base with 2 down, and Odell comes to the plate. The final out as we have a conference on the bump as Andy Lasher coming out. Once again, this is important stuff for a lot of ball clubs in this last weekend of the regular season. From Oakland City, and that's who we do all of the games for here, all of the home games. It's important for them because they still have a shot at the 1 seed. IUS is ahead of them in the standings, but if Oakland City sweeps and Kokomo would take 2 of 3 from IUS, and they're playing Saturday and Sunday, Oakland City would get the 1 seed. Kentucky Christian, I tell you, though these guys have come a long way. They've got a really good baseball team, and they're fighting to get in to the River States Conference Tournament. So these games mean a lot. That is a fastball that misses inside to Odell. Hit by a pitch in the first, bounced out pitcher to first in the third, and tripled in the fifth. Low and outside. DeGracia, the second pitcher of the ball game for Oakland City University. That's hit to Dickey, and the throw to first is in time, and that's the ball game as Gonzalez throws to Winsenreed. The out is recorded 4-3, and the Oaks get the sweep as they win the first game 12-1 in 8 innings in a pitcher's duel. They win the nightcap 1-0. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Oakland City as they got their run in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Kentucky Christian. Landon Ray is the winning pitcher for Oakland City University. He goes to 6-1 on the year. And that is Emmons, I believe, that will take the loss for Kentucky Christian. And Emmons will go to 2-1 on the year. As on the campaign, Kentucky Christian now goes to 22-21 overall. They are 10-13 in the River States Conference. Oakland City goes to 37-11 overall. They are 20-3 here at home and 20-6 in the River States Conference. We'll be back sometime tomorrow. I don't even want to prognosticate a guess, but they're looking to get the game in tomorrow in between the raindrops, and hopefully they'll be able to do that, and that is going to be all. We do want to thank David Host, the producer-director, who also did PA and stats and everything else. We want to thank the Gaslight Pizza and Grill in Uptown Huntingburg for being our sponsor. And most of all, we want to thank you for watching us tonight. Oaks sweep the doubleheader, winning the first one 12-1-8, and the second game by a score of 1-0. So for David Host, this is Walt Ferber saying so long. You're watching Oakland City University Baseball, brought to you by the Gaslight Pizza and Grill. GoMightyOaks.com.
The value of champions of character across all institutions is a message that we can all get behind.
The purpose behind Champions of Character is to have that student-athlete experience be one of growth.
Men's basketball on campus, we make sure that we give back with a smile and with a purpose.
Our goal as coaches is for our players to leave being better men, better husbands, better fathers, and better members in their community.
NAIA is Champions of Character.
The National Christian College Athletic Association is dedicated to keeping Christ at the center of intercollegiate athletics, empowering student athletes and coaches to make a meaningful impact for Christ. Our member schools embody the love of Christ through our game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. With 23 national championship events, we serve 88 member schools across the United States and Canada. The NCCAA, where ring chasing and king chasing converge.